Hey everybody, it's Rob here and welcome back to Average at Best. Now today I just wanted to do a kind of real simple video that talks about your arm swing, kind of talks about the differences of the amateur versus the pro arm swing, and really just demonstrating, the differences of how well a professional really gets inside and under the ball. And it's showing you guys hopefully how to achieve this. So let's go ahead and get right into it. So what we're really trying to talk about today is the difference between the amateur swing and the professional swing. So what amateurs and a lot of league players, regional players, whatever, they tend to be a little more on top of the ball, a little bit more spinny. Now I myself, I am guilty of this. It is a habit that I built in ever since I was a kid. I thought I really needed to do this with my hand to try to get it to hook, and that's just not true. I'll go ahead and roll clips right now. Look at EJ Tackett's arm. He is way inside of the ball and then boom, gets around it at the bottom. Look at Chris Prather right here. He's inside of the ball and then rips on it and turns it, to the outside. AJ Johnson is another good one. Kyle Sherman. Look, they all are from the inside of the ball here, and then they rip their hand to here, right? It is the movement from here to here, right? That is really the main key, which causes your ball roll to get through the oil and get through the pins really, really well. It's a consistent reaction. So I'll throw one a little spinny, like how I work sometimes. Give you guys a good example of what's going on here. So watch my hand and release. This is how I've always thrown it, really. So you notice how that ball didn't really hook. I was on top of it, so the ball just kind of spun a little bit. Instead of being here and being under the ball, I was on top of it like this, right? I mean, goodness. You talk about people like Pete Weber, like I said, Chris Prather, EJ Tackett. All of these players really get to the inside of the ball. So instead of being like here, their shoulder is in and they roll the ball through. And that's what I'm trying to work on. If you watch 220 Average Bowler, he's also working on the same thing. I mean, goodness, if you haven't watched him, please go watch him. My goodness. He's got great content over there on his channel. Kind of also inspired us to start our channel as well. So let's go ahead and see if we can do a better job of getting inside the ball here. That was a better roll, and it absolutely puts 10 back, right? So you can see my arm was more behind it. I wasn't like here and then going like, boom. No, I was just a little bit more inside of it and kind of behind the ball. That's really all you need to have a proper ball roll. So what are some ways that we can work on this? Okay, a really good thing is to shorten your approach. Instead of taking your full 5 steps, you have a lot to think about in your approach. You could do a no step. You could do a 1 step, or you could even do a 2 to a 3 step if you're comfortable with it. So, like, I'll go ahead and get here on the 1 step, and I'm just gonna focus on really making sure my hand is on the inside of the ball, and then rolling it, just like that. Just like that. Really just want to roll it off the hand. The ball should be able to do the work. Instead of you feeling like it's your upper body, you have to just crank the ball. You shouldn't feel that way. Now with the 1 step, we've covered this on our channel before, but I'm just going through it all again. You get set, get your ball into the swing and then through it. You should see it makes it a lot easier for you to just focus on that swing. That is all you have to think about, is just getting that swing there. So, and now a 3 step is where we do kind of try to put this into motion a little bit more, right? So normally, let's say I push away the ball, I would be about here on my 3rd step. So let's just start here. We'll start our foot with our push away. And it doesn't quite matter where the ball goes. The focus is on your arm swing. You really want to feel being inside of the ball and coming underneath it. Now, if you're like me, this is going to be a tough habit to break. I've struggled with this for a long time, really. Ever since I was taught, you know, how to bowl, that's just how it went, you know. So it's really hard for me to break out of this habit. I mean, good Lord, I've been throwing it a little bit more on top of it and a little bit more outside of it practically my whole life. So it is hard for me to actually get my hand under the ball and still get the ball off my hand in a comfortable way. We'll go ahead and play a few more shots for you guys here. Notice that ball really finishes now, really drives through the pins. And again, you shouldn't be too worried about the result, right? Obviously, we want to throw strikes, but when you're practicing, when you're isolating one part of your swing or whatever, you don't want to put yourself into a competitive environment. You want to get that muscle memory down first and then try to adapt it. Once you start to get that muscle memory and you start to do it consistently, then you can start to make the moves and actually try to strike doing what you're doing. Don't forget spares. Spares are important too. So I hope this video gave you guys a little bit more of an understanding of ways that you can get more inside the ball, that you can get the proper ball roll to actually get your ball to strike. I'll go ahead and put up 2 shots from my league this past week. A shot that I really stayed under it and really got through the ball, and you will see the pin carry looks really good. I kick the 10 out, I send a messenger for reassurance. And then I'll show you a shot that I really don't throw quite that good. I leave a 10 pin. And that's just what happens. Release and ball roll is actually very important for pin carry, right? So a lot of times it's not even quite the ball you're throwing, it is really how you throw it as a whole that causes pin carry to not quite be favorable. So thank you guys so much for watching. I will have another video talking about the elbow bend in the swing. The elbow bend is another very important key. You do not want to be straight and then come through the ball here. I've been taught that my whole life. You want to actually bend the arm a little bit and then straighten out like you're throwing a yo-yo. As you watch on the PBA, they call it the yo-yo effect quite often. So that video will be uploaded just shortly after this one. So please go ahead and head over there. I'm going to card it. I'm going to put it in the description, whatever. And subscribe to the channel if you're still watching. If you made it this far, if you want to learn more about bowling, you want to hear news about bowling, you just want to watch people bowl, subscribe to the channel. Me and Josh, we would love to have you on the channel. So thank you so much for watching, and yeah, peace out.